afternoon, everyone. I thought I'd make this video for today because it's the day that we have reached 10,000 miles as a lorry driver. The first 10,000 miles. So we've done our license, or we started driving second week of March, April, May, June, so 3 months. Bearing in mind that we go home every night. I've had 2 weeks holiday, that's why I've not been really filming anything. So 10 weeks, I think 10 weeks of driving. So that includes the 2 that I've been away. That would have been 12 weeks. Yeah, it's about right. So say about 3 months and we've hit 10,000 miles. So it might not sound like a lot, and it probably isn't a lot for a lorry driver. It's gone very quick, these 3 months. They have gone very, very quick. And the amount of learning that's happened in the 3 months, unbelievable. And yeah, I mean, I'm no means, by any means, an experienced driver yet or anything like that, but I feel a lot better than I did, definitely than I did in the first couple of weeks, the first month, 2 months even. And by the way, going away for 2 weeks and then coming back, that's when I realized, first of all, how much I had learned, and also just how, I'm going to call it nervous, don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but just how nervous I was driving at first. I feel much, much more relaxed now, confident, not overconfident, by the way, but I feel more confident. I can go to any site and I'll deal with it. Whereas before, I'll be like, you know, like when you get your job sheet for the day, you almost want the sites that you know, and to a certain extent maybe the easy ones. Whereas now, like tonight, I'm heading off to one that I've never really done, which is in Swindon. So we're based in Kent. I'm going to Swindon, pick up a load to then deliver in Poplar in London, and another one in Barking, I think, and that's for Amazon. Shouldn't say it. But yeah, so 10,000 miles, just clicked on my TomTom. I'm gonna make a video as well on the TomTom, by the way, and how all that's working. And yeah, happy days. I mean, all I can say to everyone, like I've said from the beginning, just let the time do its course and get driving on your own as soon as you can, and don't be afraid, in a sense that you're gonna make the odd mistake. You're gonna struggle to park in a couple of bays here and there. As long as you don't hit anything, 4, 5, 6 shunts if you have to. I mean, I haven't. It hasn't taken me that long, don't get me wrong, but that's because I had a little bit of experience with trailers and so on before, and I think that helped more than what I realized. Definitely helped more than what I realized. So all I still maintain is get driving on your own as soon as possible. Respect what you're driving, because you're driving a big lorry, heavy, and so on. So you have to respect that. Never lose that respect. I haven't and I won't. mistake, it's going to cost you dearly with this. When you're reversing, if you're not sure, come out and have a look. Don't hit anything. Don't hit anything. That's the main thing that I can see, especially with this company that I'm working for. We change lorries every day. I mean, sometimes for 2 days in a row I might have the same lorry, but that's been lucky. And the amount of the spoilers on the side that are broken because people have missed the trailers or missed the pins and they've reversed all the way into the trailer. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them damaged like that, and I'm talking about brand new lorries, 24 plated lorries with 30,000 miles already damaged. In fact, the one I've got today is damaged on the driver's side. It's always the driver's side as well, because that's the mirror that you've got closer to the trailer. So don't hate anything. You know, try and do it. Try and do all the reversing, your trailer swapping. The other day something happened to me. I swap trailers, and I always take a photograph of the pin underneath and the bar going across it, and I always take a photograph of the dog lip in the kingpin, so that I know that that's safe, if that makes sense. And as I pulled away, and bearing in mind I took a photograph and everything, I'm thinking, shit, did I put the dog lip? And I'm like, always this thing is in my head, and I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. This is why I was telling you before I went away, this is how nervous I was without realizing I was that nervous. So I'm driving along, and I had to stop and check. I could have checked the photographs, would have been easier. I take the photographs of the trailer, so the kingpin, the bar, the dog lip, and then I always take a photograph of the load if I'm carrying a load, and all the straps on the load and everything. So if there's ever a problem, we can go back to that. What I do at the end of the shift, I delete those photos. They're going to stay in my deleted archive for, I have to swap lanes here. Yeah, so they're going to stay on my archive for 28 days. So if I need them, I've got them there. If I need them for a week or two. I've not had to use them at all, but they're always there. And I do that. A friend of mine, when I first started off, he explained to me, this is what you do, and I do that every time. But still, I didn't go on my phone and look. I wanted to check because in my head I hadn't done it, and I'm like, that's the point I've realized now. I need to just slow everything down. Just slow everything down. And I've been slowing things down because I've had this conversation with myself before, where I've had to slow everything down and just do it properly and just make sure that things are done correctly. You know, I might pick up a trailer that someone has just left at the yard, or someone just left for me at the yard. I'm still going to check it as if it's like a trailer that I hadn't seen before and nobody has driven, you know, in the last half an hour or so. And I've had it before. When we collect a load from the yard, I went to check the straps. I don't say anything, but I'll do them again because I know they're not done correctly. So I've got this thing in my head where I've got to get these things done correctly. So I'm a bit OCD. I'm getting a bit OCD in that sense. But still, is it normal to have those doubts? I think so. And I had this big doubt, and I had to stop, and I had to check that the dog lip was in. So, and only then I drove along and I was fine. But in my head, I just had to do that. So guys, the first 3 months, And I've had 2 weeks off in that time, like I said. Much needed holiday where I took a car to Portugal. So I drove all the way to Portugal and I drove all the way back with another car. So that was great. I loved it. I really loved it. It's coming back to the UK that is the bit that I don't like. I'm going to be honest with you. There is something big coming up over the next few months to do with that, by the way. So keep an eye on that. But I feel good. I feel great. Maneuvers are happening. They were happening before. Good. I say okay because every day is different. But yeah, so don't be afraid of getting out there on your own. Get your license. Get comfortable. Get confident with the driving. And the only way you're going to learn is by being in a driver's seat by yourself and have a mentor, have somebody that you can talk to and you can call if you've got any issues, if you've got any doubts, and if you need to ask anything. That I was lucky I had that. Very lucky, and I can't thank this bloke enough for what he did for me because it was great. He knows who he is. I don't need to mention any names. Thanks, Tiago. He's been driving for 8 years. He done shunting for 3 years at Amazon. He drove. He's got all the experience. Taught me a lot. Really, really taught me a lot. And the key thing is not to make mistakes. So slow everything down if you have to. The delivery times, I'm always early to my delivery times. The company makes it. They put the delivery times on there. You are always going to make those delivery times unless you get really bad traffic or something like that. That's the only time you're going to miss them. I've not missed one delivery out of all these 3 months on my own fault, if you like. So, but anyway, guys, like I said, first 3 months I have been recording every week. I've just not been uploading every week because I think it gets a bit, especially when I don't really talk about anything other than the drive that I'm just, well, I don't even talk about the drive, I'm talking about me. At some point I might talk about the drive. I don't want to be another YouTuber that's recording and vlogging, and that's why the channel is called No, Not Another Lorry Driver, because it's just boring. There's a couple that I watch, and Luke in the HGV, and those guys are great. The content is great, but apart from that, I can't remember the other one now. Jesus, he's so famous. Scania V8. I can't remember his name now. Yeah, so great stuff. And yeah, I'll speak to you when I have another update, I guess. And be safe, drive safe, be confident, don't make those mistakes. Don't be a rookie all your life. It's alright.